all tarot lovers out there. This is a timeless pick a card reading for your personal growth with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I have done 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want you to choose intuitively from one of the piles, 1 or 2 of the piles. You can also watch all the piles, but try to first choose intuitively one of these piles that's instantly catching your interest. You can also see the piles in more brighter colors, or you can see them in like there's some kind of glow around it. For some, it's just take the first one you look at. For me, it's sometimes the one I avoid to look at, so it can be different if you don't want to know the truth. I hope you had time to choose. I will start with pile number 1 here. So take away these other piles. So, I will start here with, this is the gateway of the oracle cards. And we have standing firm. So it seems like you have a little bit problem with standing firm, being noble, brave, and strong. It seems like you in some situation needs to stand up for yourself, to not back down, to be very piercing and direct with what you want. Be clear with what you want. Sometimes we can't stand firm because we don't know what we want. And in that case, you need to start to look at what it is that you actually want. You can practice in very ordinary situation. For example, what newspaper to choose or what shampoo. So just imagine that you choose one of the shampoos, and if that would feel good inside of you, or if it would feel bad or neutral. And then try the other one, and the one that you felt best inside of your body with, that you felt great, that's the one you choose. So you can also imagine if someone asks you to go on a dinner, for example, you can imagine how you would feel if you went on the dinner, and how you would feel if you wouldn't go on said dinner. So try to learn to tune into your own likes and dislikes, what you want and what you don't want. And this is usually directed from your soul. So don't be bogged down if you feel like you want the wrong thing. So we can see this person is standing on a hill. So it's almost like this game where you stand, the one that stands here wins and push everyone else down. And I think you might be a little bit shy to do so. We want to be nice towards other people, but sometimes we need to take the lead, specifically if it's about our own lives. Okay, so standing firm. And then we have embarking on an adventure. I savors the wonder of the world. So it also seems like you need to come out of your comfort zone a little bit and, go and do fun things. So make a list of all the things you want to do, like simple pleasures or more advanced adventures, and start to do the things that intrigues you the most. Just do it. Don't postpone, don't procrastinate, don't wait till another day. Don't wait till you have saved enough money or whatever. Start to experience the things you want to experience now, because life is now. And with this, it seems like you have things that you want to explore. You have things that's kind of out there waiting for you. And it's just to start doing it. It's just get out there and do this. Okay. And then we have this card, Envy. It comes from Energy Oracle cards. And you see it's a very beautiful backside on these cards as well. And this card, Envy, I think it's kind of a guiding light. Sometimes we can feel envious of what another person have. And and that can be a lead to what you actually want to do with your life, because if you're envy what someone else have, that is what you want to have. So go and get it. You don't have to steal it from that person. You can create it for yourself. So it seems in general like you need to go outside your comfort zone, explore more, let yourself experience more, take more chances, create more success maybe in your life, or whatever it is that you want to obtain, more love, more money, whatever it is. Envy is a guiding light, okay? If you're envious of someone else, don't shut it down. Actually say, okay, I'm envious about this person and their car, so I probably want that car, okay? So I'm going to get me that car. Sometimes this is just a hunger, like the hungry ghost that wants to be fed, but start to feed it, and you will see that you will feel more and more control of your life when you start to say yes to the things you don't want and no to the things you don't want, when you stand firm with these decisions, when you let yourself explore more of life, and when you let yourself be guided towards what it is that you actually want to experience in your life. It might also be that you keep yourself small and timid because you don't want to be like in the spotlight, so people will start to envy you and start to challenge you in that kind of way. Okay, so first we have a little Page of Cups. So it seems like you already have an idea or like a dream of yours that you want to explore. And it's something that comes from your soul. This is like the jellyfish you that came down. It's very vibrating. It feels everything. It knows kind of everything without knowing how it knows. So this is the part of you that's like an antenna. So it can pick up the signals from the divine. So it's like your heart, your intuition, your guiding light. And what you like, what you don't like. And it's very fragile, it's very pristine, it's a low whisper sometimes, it can be more dramatic at other times, but it becomes dramatic when you haven't listened to it. So listen already when it's whispering and try to find out what it is that you actually want. Here we see some of the procrastination that you might be experiencing, and also blocks in the road. When you have a block in your road, for example, I don't believe I can do this, you can use the Sedona method and say to yourself, do I want to let go of this idea that I can't do this? Can I let go of this idea that I don't want to do this? And when can I let go of this idea that I can't do this? So you can discover your own blueprints, what it is that's preventing you from going out and having that thing that you want. If it's love, for example, you can check why am I not in a loving relationship? What's about me? And you can feel like, no, it's not possible because I only meet people that is not great for me. So you can see if you can let go of that. Do I want to let go of the idea that I can't find people that's great for me? And can I let go of the idea? And hopefully you say yes to those questions. And then you ask, when can I let go? And you say now. And you repeat this over and over again until you have let go of that blueprint. You can also change the idea. It's easy for me to find people that matches my desires, and it's easy for me to find people that to fall in love with and to have amazing times with. So whatever is your blueprint, flip it around, change it to something positive, and also use the Sedona method to let it go. And this is you in the future, and we have a King of Rods, so that's kind of the Leo king. So it means that you just become a go-getter. You have now downloaded your soul in your body, and you have become divinely directed towards what you want to go. Sometimes when we are this successful, yes, we can have envious people making life difficult for us, but the best way is to kind of ignore them and not bother so much what they think or what they feel, bother more about what you think and what you feel. Okay, so I'm going to show you your little reading here. There. So I hope this helped, and I will move on with pile number 2. Yes, okay. Take this together, these cards. So, pile number 2. There. So, the first card we have here for you that choose pile number 2 is cherishing yourself. I accept and love myself. I love and comfort myself in ways that are pleasing to me can be a good affirmation for you. So do things that are pleasing for you. Choose things that's lightening up your life. Choose things that makes you happy. Do things that makes you happy. Take better care of yourself. When you go for a shower, take your time. Do things that's pleasant for you, like scrubbing your face or scrubbing your whole body. Give yourself a lot of attention. Even if you feel like, no, I can't do this, I don't have the time, still do it. Like, take really good care of yourself. Pamper yourself with good food, with funny movies or the kind of movies you want to see, and a nice walk in nature, inviting friends over. Do things that makes you happy. You need to lift your spirit a little bit. And then we have this revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. And it shows what you have is so precious, but you have kind of been dimming your light by not cherishing yourself and not really letting yourself sparkle. So you kept yourself a little bit on the low. But really, you and the gift that's you needs to be shared with the world. So try to express yourself in ways that is more accurately you. Try to be more true to yourself. Try to take up a little bit more space and show people who you are, because who you truly are is really worth getting to know. The next card here is the sun. So we have revealing radiance that comes from this pearl, and then we have the sun that's also very radiant. So it seems like you are in a phase where you are starting to discover like your spiritual self more and more, and the more you can take care of yourself, cherish yourself, let yourself, like, respect yourself and all these kind of things, the more your soul will be able to go down in your body. And also when you take really good care of yourself, it's easier for your soul to go completely down in your body, because when you are not really enjoying life, it's like the soul just wants to dip their toes and nothing more, and that makes your life being only half energized. So you want to make this life journey pleasant for you, so that your soul actually really wants to take part and come in and shine all its light inside your life. So it seems like you can get your hands on really high vibrating energy just by being you, just by taking better care of you, just by standing on your side and being more respectful towards you. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So it seems like there has happened a lot of things in your life it's in a negative cycle. And I think it's one part is that you have a karmic pattern that you need to be aware of and end. And how do you end it? It's by changing how you're thinking about different situations, and also stop thinking about the things that is not pleasant for you, and start to think about the things that are pleasant for you, and also start to do those things, because it will change this old momentum. It's also seems like you're overcoming some kind of heartbreak or sorrow or some kind of misfortune in your life. And this old misfortune, it was here for you to learn to create things in a better way. And how you create things in a better way, it's these by these things. Love yourself, take care of yourself, do the things that feels good. Don't do the things that doesn't feel good, because that is not the way of the soul. It's not the right path. So follow the path, down the path that's making you happy. And the last card here is the Hermit. So it shows me that you will discover more and more dimensions inside of yourself and start to respect yourself more and more, because you will discover how lovely and how wonderful you actually are. And this is like the beginning. It's like a seed to something where you in the future are going to share your gift with the world in a more outgoing way. But for right now, it's more this, like, you need to build a foundation where you take really good care of yourself and are able to build you up from bottom to top, so that you can become more yourself and have this radiance of this energy to create beautiful success in your life. It seems like you will have a spotlight of some sort, but for right now that spotlight is only for you. It's only you need to put your spotlight on yourself right now, but it's foundation for something that will happen in the future, where you will express yourself in a way that the world will love, and you express yourself, your true self, and that is what the world will love. Okay, so these are the decks I used, the Gateway Oracle cards and the Energy Oracle cards, and also the Anna K Tarot. So I hope this helped. I will now move on with pile number 3. So I'll take together these cards. So pile number 3. Put your stone there. So for you that chose pile number 3, just make a note about the time. This is being in the flow. I'm in the flow of the universe. So it shows that you can continue on the path which you're on, like as long as you feel like that you're doing things that is in your own interest, that's doing things that it's kind of synchronicity on your path. So keep on following that synchronicity, keep on following the signs and the successes. It's like you're walking on a path towards success, and you need to being in the flow. So try to trust life a little bit more. Don't calculate everything. Just be a little bit more don't worry, be happy kind of attitude. I am in the flow of the universe, soaring in joy. So it seems like life can be very wonderful and happy for you in the year to come, like so the thinking woman. Okay, so I think you are a little bit sometimes in your head, and you don't have to be that. You can let go of the control and be more here and now. The more you let go of control, the more happy you will be. The more accepting you can be of things going in this way or that way, the more happy you can be. The more accepting you can be of your life situation, the more happy you can be. And the more accepting you are, for example, of a situation that isn't pleasant for you, if you accept it, it will also be easier to let it go. Whatever you resist persists, but the things you are being able to let go of is not going to hold the grip on you anymore. There's a story about 2 monks that was going to cross the stream, and there was a girl at the edge of the stream, and she needed also to cross over, but she had this wonderful dress that probably didn't care for getting wet. So one of the monks carried this woman over to the other side of this little river. And after several hours, one of the monks said to the monk that carried this lady over, I can't believe you carried her over the stream. We're not allowed to touch any woman. And he said, I let her down on the other edge of the river, and you are still carrying her. And this is a little bit what I'm seeing for you, that things could be much easier for you if you lived by lesser rules and lesser control and just try to follow the flow instead of kind of overthinking things. So this with the thinking woman is it's good to make plans. It's good to have ideas and have plans how to put these ideas into use. But that is the end of what you need your thoughts for. You can sit, in a stairway like this out in nature and just let thoughts come to you and write it down. And these ideas will help you being in the flow and soaring into joy. It's almost rhyming. Being in the flow, soaring into joy. Being childlike with the wonders that fills your life. And it's give yourself time to come up with new bright ideas. Take a lot of time for yourself, showering, taking walks, just sitting down. And I think beautiful ideas will come to you. So just let things be a little bit more like this and less about organization and control. Listen more to the divine and less to your fears. Okay. And here we have the Three of Rods. So it seems like you have like a plan. It's something that's cooking for you that wants to happen. And it might be that it's going to happen with other people. But as of now, it's you that's ready for something new or ready to start something new or embark on something beautiful and successful. And the next card here is the Two of Cups in the reversed and the Lovers in the upright position. So it seems for you that you need to work on improving your relationships. And that you can do by being more accepting towards people, but also accept yourself. Like listen to your own feelings and needs. Don't try to change other people. If they are not to your liking, you can tell them and maybe they will change. And if they aren't, do things that's independent, that will make you being able to accept this person as they are and carry on with your life. So it means if you have a person that's sucking on having, scheduled, following the schedule, if you are waiting for them to come and they don't come, maybe have a plan so that you can still be happy, with this person and yourself. So something how you can manage this without them coming in the right time. Maybe having a backup plan or something else that you can do that's equally funny for you and making you equally happy. And this is just a phase. Eventually you will change your momentum, so you won't create these same lopsided relationships anymore. But at this time, it seems like you need to be a little bit more individualistic and kind of following your own nose wherever it points, because this will improve your relationship. I feel definitely that you will be able to be more accepting towards people, less aggressive maybe, and less touchy-feely, because you take care of you. In every situation, you take care of you in the best way possible, following with the flow. If the person doesn't show up, do something joyful for yourself and don't overthink things. And if that other person gets angry with you for going without them, you just say this is a natural consequence of you not being there on time. And I tried to call you and it wasn't possible to reach you. So I did this on my own, and we can do this whatever we planned on another occasion. Because it seems like you're in a phase where you're letting go of control in your relationship, which is going to improve these relationships, while in the same time you are improving your life, okay? And that's the key. You're improving your life and getting less dependent by other people. And therefore, when people let you down, it doesn't bother you that much, because you can soaring into joy yourself, and that will improve your relationship. The thinking woman and the lovers, it kind of shows a little bit that you might have been overthinking things in the past. Just let it go, move on. And if the other person can do the same, you can meet again another day when you're both are in more in sync, more in the flow, being on the right place in the right time. Okay. So I hope this helped number 3, and I will move on to number 4. Taking together these cards. Taking a little bit note of the time, sorry. And moving on to pile number 4. So put your stone there. And, sorry, this is your pile number 4 for you that chose this pile. It's about communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. So it seems like in the past you have been maybe a little bit too well raised or conditioned. So you haven't really expressed yourself fully. So you need to start to practice on expressing yourself fully. Expressing what you think of a certain situation, what you would like to happen, what you would see wouldn't happen. You can start to express yourself, basically, like express yourself. No, I don't want to go to that coffee shop. I'd rather take the little coffee shop down the street because this and this. You don't always get your will through, and it's fine. Someone else might have a better idea than you, but it's very important that you express yourself, being able to communicate about what has been expressed, and kind of arguing for your the way that you want to things, but then also realize, okay, so the other person has a stronger will, or it's more important to them to go there, or they had a better idea. So it's about being less rigid, not just, okay, so if I would express myself, I would need to get my way through. So it's better to just lay flat and not express my will, because you don't want to wake the sleeping bear kind of inside of you, where you don't want to become stubborn. That is what I'm feeling. So you're usually choosing a very empathic way of dealing with things, and just going with what the other person wants, and avoid conflicts or discussions. But here you need to express yourself more, and it might be also ideas and other things that needs to come to light, like beautiful ideas that you have. And we have dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of truth. Because even if you keep your head low and act like you don't have a will at all, people will still feel that you have a will, and that there's something like smoldering inside of you where you don't express yourself fully. So they might start to imagine what these things are that you are really wanting but not expressing. And they might start to think that, oh, she's like that, she thinks like that, or he believes that I am like this. And so when we don't express ourselves, other people will put a lot of ideas about who we are. It's better that we express ourselves, and they will know us for who we actually are, instead of what they fear we will be. So you can feel like you are the nicest person in the world. You always let the other person decide. And anyway, they are getting like suspicious with you or angry with you and other things. And it's because you are not really expressing your truth, and they start to imagine. They feel the unexpressed truth, but they start to imagine what that truth might be. Why do you hold your communication back? It must be a reason. It must be because you don't like them, or you look down on them, or you don't respect them. When really it's the other way around, probably. But the more you express yourself, the more they will actually know you for who you are, instead of putting a picture on you or an image on you that's not true. And we have the temple path here, and it comes in the reverse. So it shows a lack of self-respect, that you're not really inside your own center, we can say. It's like you're standing outside here and watching your center, like, oh, I would rather go on that movie, but okay, I will go on this action movie, even though I don't like this action movie type of films. So that's when you're not aligned with yourself. If you would express yourself, you would be aligned with yourself. You would be on the temple path, the path of your own soul. But when you are holding things back, you separate yourself from yourself. It's like a split. So what you need to do is start to find out what it is that you want to express and express it, but don't be clinging on to this expression. It's just words and expression and feelings needs to flow freely. So we can be angry 1 minute because we didn't get our will through, but then we realize that the other person had a better idea, and we can relax and accept it. So it's like being a little bit more fluid. You're more like a flat line like this, and it's not healthy for you, and you're disconnecting you from yourself. So you need to build this foundation by starting to know what it is that you want and start to express it, and then you will build this foundation for yourself. And also probably better relationships. And here we have tarot cards. It's from Anna K Tarot. The other one is the Gateway Tarot and the Energy Oracle cards. And this is the Anna K. So we have the Three of Swords here. So it seems like you just walk away from the fight. It's like no idea. There was love here between you, but the person hurt you, and I think you smoldered on it and you didn't express it, and one day it was just enough, and we can see that you are bleeding here, but you never told the person you might have told them with words, but sometimes we also need to show them with action, before it's too late. We kind of train other people for how they are to treat us, and I think you didn't train this other person at all. You just took a lot of crap, and then you got hurt and you walked away, instead of giving consequences. If the person didn't do things in a way that you liked, you give them consequences. It doesn't have to be like revenge or doing something mean towards them. It's just if they didn't come with a present on your birthday, you tell them that wasn't okay, and is this the way we are going to have it? So next time when it's your birthday, you don't want a gift. So we need to discuss this. We need to put some ground rules. So it's more about that than trying to. You don't have to be so well raised. We can see here again that you're very conflicted. You don't like your own expression, you don't like your own truth, you don't like your own ideas or your own feelings. You just wish they would shut up so you could act in the way that other people want you to. These eight swords is other people's opinions of you, and they tell you can be like this, you should be like that, you should do like this. But you need to free yourself from this and be the person that you are, more free. Like, take a deep breath and start to become, you need maybe a little bit tougher skin, because when you are to stand in your own truth, you need to also love yourself so that you're able to stand in your own truth. If you are not loving yourself, but actually limiting yourself and your own ideas, what you are allowed to feel or express, you can't really be yourself, and that's, again, people will feel like you're lying. So try to reconnect with your body here and what it wants, because it seems like you have a lot of restraints on you, a lot of rules for how you are allowed to behave, and it suffocates your expression, and it suffocates who you truly are. So it's good to have some rules how we behave towards other people, but this is it's too much. Okay, you're too controlled. And here we have the World card, which shows that the world wants to see you as you are, that you are put here for very special reasons, but when you can't be your soul self, you're kind of thrown out of your own house, and you can't be this beautiful spiritual being that you came here to be and do the things that you were supposed to do, because you're disconnected from yourself. And but if you can start to become more your own self, regardless of the consequences, you will actually find your way home. And it also means that you will start to attract the people that is going to help you on your road instead of coming with all this criticism or hurting you. So the more you can be yourself, the more you will find people also out there, helpful people that will love you for who you are. When you have this war against yourself, other people also have this war against you. The less war there's inside of you, the less war it will be on the outside. But this shift might create a lot of conflicts, but so you need to get a little bit like tougher skin and self-respect, and just, okay, so we are not in talking terms, or they are mad at me, but it's fine. I followed my own like what I wanted, and I expressed myself truthfully, and if the other person wasn't able to take that, they weren't. I need to accept that, and maybe we will try again another time, or maybe this is it for us. But sometimes you kind of need to be able to sacrifice people and situations in these situations where you are trying to become more yourself. So, okay, my number 4, I hope this was helpful, and I want you to take really good care until we meet next time. Okay, bye-bye.